Welcome back everybody to this week's video. So today we are going to be making a bowl sander. So I get asked pretty much every single week what this is. So this is a inertia sander from Simon Hope. I use it for sanding on the inside of bowls, outside bowls, spindles and all sorts. But like I said, we are going to be making our own version. So for that we are going to be needing something like this. This is a right angle drill bit. We're going to be taking that off. We won't be needing that, so that can go in the bin. So first off, like I say, we're going to be needing that. We're going to be needing some self-adhesive velcro bits for the sanding pad, a piece of wood for the handle, and some 5-minute epoxy of your choice. So that being said, let's get on with the video.
Alright, so we have a piece of Sycamore on the lathe, and we are just going to start by knocking them corners off. The first tool we are using is the mid-size finisher from Easy Wood Tools. And now we've switched to the mid-size rougher, and we're going to make a tenon so we can grab it into the gripper jaws. Alright, now we've got it in the chuck. The lathe turned on, and now we're going to take it to round. And now we're going to start shaping it. Here is the finisher. And here is the mid-size detailer. Add in a couple of details there. Back to the finisher, do a bit of refining, and back to the detailer. Doing them final steps. I may have had some inspiration for the tool shape here. And there you go. And now we're just going to highlight them lines there. There you go. Alright, now we are going to drill to depth with a forstener bit. There you go. Alright, so now we're just going to clean up that bottom, taking it down to a little nubbin, just so we can get as much room at the bottom there for sanding and colouring. There you go. Alright, so I've already done most of the sanding, so this is just 240 grit here from Clean Spore Abrasives. Giving it a clean with some methylated spirits or denatured alcohol. And now we're going to add some honey from Hampshire Sheen Intrinsic range. There we go, and now we're going to dry it off with the friction of the lathe. And there you go. Some Hampshire Sheen matte sanding sealer. Some Hampshire Sheen Microcrystalline Wax. Now wipe this all over, get a nice even coverage. Turn the lathe up to about 1000 to 1200 and buff it in after the solvents have evaporated. Be careful not to push too hard, you don't want to wipe off any wax that you've just put on. You know, just use your fingertips and just build up that heat. And there you go. Alright, now we're just going to part it off using a flush cut saw. I'll clean up that nubbin a little bit later off camera. Alright, now we're just going to use the Dremel with a metal cut-off wheel. I'm going to hold on to that part there and cut it off. Alright, now don't throw that away, we'll be needing that later on. Alright, now we're going to use the cut off wheel to add a few little lines into the right angle bit, just so it gives the epoxy a bit to grab onto. There you go. And now we're going to cover up that bottom with some blue tape, just so the epoxy doesn't stop that from swiveling and turning round. And now we're going to cut it off, so it's not so high up. Not so sure that was entirely necessarily, but I did it anyway. There you go. Alright, so I've already got some 5-minute epoxy in the cup, and we're just going to mix part A and part B together. Look at me go! There we go. So now we're going to put some inside the handle. Wipe it all around the inside. And now we're going to wipe it all over the attachment. Try and be careful not to get it inside the right angle drill bit. Just wipe it away and put it inside. So you're going to get some squeeze out, so make sure you clear that away. Once again, you don't want to get that inside the attachment. And send it home. And then obviously clear up your mess, because there is going to be some squeeze out. There you go, and then stand it up in something and let gravity do its thing. And that's it for the handle. Alright, so now we're going to make some sanding blocks. So I had already turned this down to 50mm or 2 inches. So now we're going to turn it to rough shape to start with. And now we're going to drill it to depth.
When did we start losing and stop giving? I remember I gave it time. I love my time. Now my mind's lost in its thoughts.
Alright, now we're going to find out how deep it actually goes and give it a quick mark. There we go. Doing some final shaping. This is the number 1 hollower. There you go. Alright, remember that part that we cut off earlier? Well, we are gonna put it into the wood. So we've got it into the Jacob's chuck and we're going to bring up the tailstock. And now we're going to use the chuck key and undo it and take away the tailstock, leaving it inserted into the wood. There you go. Now we're going to give it a quick sand. This is just 120 grit. There you go. Bit of sanding sealer. Alright, so now we are going to part it off right at that line. There you go. Alright, so we've got it held in the Jacob's chuck, which is held in the chuck in the gripper jaws, and we're just going to flatten that top off using the rougher.
Keep thinking that I could have done something, but now I'm left with an empty heart. No making amends.
And now we're going to give that a quick sand.
Beside you and holding you till we forget it all. How could I know there was no second chances? Like dominoes, my life got really scattered. You
Give that a coat of sanding sealer.
now the frostbite's creeping in.
And now we're going to attach the self-adhesive hook and loop pads.
So come home. Why won't you reappear? Things that I said came out
Be mindful of what side you put down. One side will stick to sandpaper, the other side will not.
I fell into a pit.
Alright, so will it work?
It got me stone cold.
Yes, it does. So with that being said, here are some pictures. I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video. Please don't forget, hit that thumbs up, click the subscribe button, show your friends, show your family, show your enemies if you like. And if you want to see any more of my videos, click them links on the right hand side. And until next week, I'll see you then. Bye bye for now.